So we're just getting word this hour that the second Canadian evacuation flight from Wuhan, China, that plane is now on its way from Hong Kong, where it's been staging, to Wuhan. It's a 90-minute flight approximately, and it'll be landing there, picking up passengers, and then when it comes back, of course, those passengers into quarantine for 14 days. And some may end up here at CFB Trenton in the Yukon Lodge on the base. Temporary home now to more than 200 evacuees who arrived on Friday. We had live coverage of their arrivals. These are videos from some of the people as they show us and tell us what life is like inside quarantine. But why don't we spend some more time doing that live with our guest this morning, Carter Perrier, who's right there in the Yukon Lodge, back home in Canada after adventures in China. He goes to work there often. January the 3rd, he was there and then got stuck in the lockdown and ended up on that flight home on Friday. Carter, good morning and welcome to our program.
Oh, good morning. Thank you guys for having me.
I'm so happy to meet you. How was your first weekend?
The first weekend is a bit quiet here. It was quite cold, so I didn't get to enjoy too many of my outdoor hours. So lots of sitting inside and trying to keep myself busy.
Well, we'll talk about that, but I have to share with people watching us what happened just before we began our on-air conversation. You had to pick up your breakfast.
Yeah. So they come by in the morning and they get all the breakfast situated outside the doors, and then they go and they just knock on each door, give us a little rap to know that it's sitting there. We throw on our masks and go pick it up and bring it inside.
So can you show us? Can you show us what you're having for breakfast today?
Yeah, you bet. So for breakfast today, it looks like, let's see. I got some eggs and bacon.
Nice.
That, and they come in these little Canada Forces box lunch, and they usually give us a ton of food here, pardon my view.
Oh, that's okay.
So you get juice boxes and apples, keep you going.
So your breakfast meal and then your snacks until your next meal comes. Is that right?
Yeah, you betcha. That's exactly how they got it working here. So
how has the food been for these first few meals? There's breakfast there.
You know, the food is actually quite good. I have no complaints. It tastes home cooked if I'm being honest. So that's quite the relief. It's much better than some of the hotel food I'm used to eating, so I'm quite happy with it.
When you get over there for business trips. Listen, in terms of passing the time, you said it was too cold, really. We did see some pictures of people out there walking around in the lot, in front of the lodge, but maybe a little too cold for everyone. So what have you done on this first weekend, Carter?
I do have a work laptop, so I managed to get a few working hours in. Catching up on some of the Netflix series I'm a bit behind on, and catching up on some rest. The evacuation flight was quite the haul, so I've managed to catch up on some of the rest that I missed out on in that 30-plus hour adventure.
Waiting to go. I bet. You sent us some pictures. Maybe we can pull that up. You sent a picture to us of the flight as you experienced it through into Friday. Is it fair to say that it's a bit of you're able to exhale now that you're kind of back at home and the flight's done and everything's gone okay?
For sure. There was a lot of uncertainty leading up to the days. I mean, some of the details were a bit sparse coming from the embassy as to when the flight would land. We needed to be ready to go kind of at a moment's notice is what they made it sound like. So we had about 24 hours notice, and of course, because all of the roads and public transport and private cars had been shut down in China at the time, I know a lot of us were quite worried about actually physically getting to the airport. So that was step one, getting to the airport. Then all the temperature checks, all the screenings, am I going to get past those? Then getting onto the plane. So I mean, getting onto the plane wasn't the final step. It was landing here, getting a room, getting situated and saying, all right, my 14 days starts now. I'm finally home. I can finally relax. Just 14 more days to go. But at least I get to spend them on Canadian soil.
You got a big smile, too, which tells me about how you're feeling about being home. It's nice to see. So who cares if you're in a room for 14 days? You're home and you're healthy. Are they doing checks on you on a daily basis now, Carter, or is that done?
Yeah, no, we still get daily checks. We get 2 a day. The doctor comes by. They're in their full PPE, the face shield, the mask, everything, and they give you one of the little virtual scan on the forehead and then tell you if you're good to go. So
You sent some other pictures of, is this a housekeeping team? Because they too are all in gowned and gloved and everything. Let's pull that up. That's pretty dramatic. What's that?
that was funny. So that yesterday was the first day I saw them, and they knocked on my door, and I thought, oh boy, this is not good. And he said, oh, we're just housekeeping here to wipe down your surfaces. So I had a little giggle to myself. I said, well, I've not seen housekeeping like this before, but come on in. So they wipe down hard surfaces.
And all is well. They'll be keeping you company because you're in that room for as you say, by yourself for the next, nearly 2 weeks. Do you want to give us a tour of the room? You've already showed us what you're having for breakfast. Show us around what one of these rooms looks like at Yukon Lodge.
Around here, so pretty much just like a basic motel room. I got my couch there, my bed, my closet, little fridge and microwave,
and there you go,
and my desk.
And your breakfast, which is awaiting you after our conversation. So that's going to be your approach. That's where we're going to be for the next 12 days, and then back to Calgary. What are you hearing from friends at work? Everybody supportive of all of this adventure? You were over there for work.
Yes, so there was quite a few of us over there from mixed countries. So we have quite the log of stories from different nationals and how their flights went, and now where they're stationed and where they're quarantined. So we're constantly messaging each other, giving each other calls, and seeing how their quarantine is going as well. So
how does the Canadian experience stack up?
They said it seems a bit more extreme than some of the ones they had. I think that's partially because of the weather. So some of them are a bit spoiled in California. I'm here in the Great White North, so.
And they're at Miramar or one of the other military bases there. Okay.
Right. Yeah, but other than that, it seems pretty standard for the Western countries. Daily checkups, breakfast at the door, stay in your room, that kind of thing. So I think we're all on the same page with how to handle people coming back from Wuhan at this point.
Well, listen, grin and bear it, as you seem to be doing. Enjoy your breakfast. Looks pretty tasty.
I will.
And continued good health, Carter. We'll keep checking in with you. Thanks very much for the time today. It's been nice to meet you.
It's been nice to meet you as well. Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks. Carter Perrier.